And we'll go to this.
Go time.
What up, and welcome in to Champions League action here today on Wednesday, January 22nd. We got the sports money, fellas. We got a bunch of the guys here that are footy aficionados and excited to talk about this big match day that we've got ahead of us here with quite a few 3 o'clock games. So we talked about this a month or so ago and said, you know what, let's try to get together. There's a full slate. We can all watch these together. There's about 7 games on the horn. So we're going to go around the horn, talk about some of our best bets here with the 15 minutes or so before we pop off. But before we do that, thank you guys all for coming in and hanging out with us. Appreciate you taking the time to spend some afternoon with us here as we try to make some cash. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. We got Ramon Scott. We got Dan in the house from down under. We got Subhuman Gaucho in the sub club rocking and representing today. I'm going to do my best to keep up with these guys because soccer's not my official spot, but I got some plays as well. So let's get right to it, boys. Ramon, of course, Dan, and Sub. Good afternoon, gentlemen. We got to get right to the business and get into the business. Let's talk about some best bets. Kick this card off. And I know the big matchup everyone wants to talk about. I know we've all got some looks here with the PSG Man City game. So we'll talk certainly about that with time that we have remaining. We'll go through the rest of the card, but there's some pretty good matchups in here. Girona, AC Milan sends like a spot to get involved with. I got a little Feyenoord fair opportunity to get with here, but Sub, let's go to you. Let's kick this thing off. Sub Club is in action here, and we're live. Sub, how you doing? And tell us how you're getting paid.
Oh, I'm doing well, man. I'm doing real well, especially the way that that early slate went swimmingly. So try to keep things moving in the right direction here. Yeah, Man City PSG, definitely the highlight game of the day, no doubt about it. It's pretty wild. Both of these teams are in a spot where they're pretty desperate for a win. Definitely not a loss anyway. I'm on the over 3 in that one. I'll race through my 1 unit plays real quick. I am on the over 3 in that one for a unit. I'm on Inter Milan to win and under 4.5 goals in that one as a same game parlay at minus 120. God, those are my only full unit plays this hour. Now that I come to think about it, I have a bunch of half unit plays. Those are spots that I like best. Kind of some moving parts here. You know, I was pretty close to clicking the button with AC Milan -1 for a unit. And with the news that Pulisic is going to be on the bench nursing a thigh injury, it sounds like that was enough to keep me off that one. I take it back. I do have one more full unit play here. Little juice parlay. Bayern team total over 1.5. Celtic team total over 1.5. And the Real Madrid team total over 1.5 gets you -109 at BetMGM. Those are ones I'd like to get in live too. I think those teams can really roll and beat up on their opposition here. So I think we see plenty of goals and easily see 2 from all those favorites.
Wonderful. We'll go around the horn for the rest of the full unit plays that you guys have, and then we can circle back and talk about the scraps here. And Dan's rocking with us again. Love to spend time with our man here. He got with us the other night on the NBA, some UFC. He does it all down under, and it's 95 degrees or so, he said, Fahrenheit. So anybody
that's the other day, yeah.
The U.S., we're sitting in single digits, but just know it's really the deal there. The Southern Hemisphere is the opposite of what the Northern is looking at. So that being said, Dan, how are you, and how are you getting paid, my friend?
Yeah, I'm good, man. It's like, what is it, that romantic thing people say to their wives, like, look up at the moon and know that I'll be looking up at the moon too? Well, it's like, your balls might be freezing, but my balls are sweaty as fuck. So, yeah, it's, we got an exciting time ahead for these slate of games. Like Sub was saying, like, there's a few teams coming into this that, it really depends and it hinges on what happens for them for the rest of the year in regards to their Champions League. And that is the reason why one of my main plays tonight is Man City Moneyline. Not very often do you get them as a plus 170 dog. So I know they're not in the greatest form at the moment in England, but Europe's a whole different animal. These teams both have to play club and Champions League. And if you want to go by depth, although Man City do have injuries, I just think in terms of depth and experience, they tend to cover PSG in most positions, especially with Mbappe gone now. They have a very young team at the moment. So I've got them for the money line. I also like Man City over 1.5 goals in that. I got that for minus 108 initially. I think that's moved now. That's at plus 110 now. I also like Inter Milan over 2.5 goals. They're just one of the form teams in Europe at the moment. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to beat AC Milan in their derbies of late, but I can see them scoring easily 3 goals on Sparta Prague in this game. So I tended to stay off any lines on that and just went with the total over 2.5. And then the other one is I actually took that bet that Sub was talking about, AC -1. So I just think that my big fade team is being Girona this year. They lost half of their team in the transfer window at the start of the season, and they're just not cut out to play Europe and club. I think they're gonna get absolutely rolled here. I've also got AC Milan's team total over 2.5 because I think they could win this like 3-0. But yeah, they're my main plays. Everything else, I've got a few other plays, but like Sub was saying, they're only like half unit plays. And also have a little juicy parlay if anyone wants to jump on a parlay. It's just a money line parlay. It is Inter, Milan, AC Milan, Bayern Munich, and Celtic, all money line, and that's plus 229. And I just put like a half a unit on that just for some fun. So, yeah, they are my plays.
All right. Getting after it. You guys may persuade me to get on this AC Milan -1. Let's see what our guy Ramon Scott, who's been running so hot, has to say here about this footy action. Big morning today. I caught the morning steam at 9 a.m. and you're firing as usual. How you feeling about the soccer match?
Yeah, brothers, appreciate you having me here for a first time. We're doing this coverage of Champions League and this important stage here today. And we did already see those 2 finals come in with Shakhtar beating Brest 2-0, and also Leipzig over Lisbon 2-1. Incredibly, the game between Manchester City and PSG. Who'd have thought that Man City would be in this position right now with the record that they have here in the group stage? So it does turn out to be a pretty important game, obviously, unbelievably for Manchester City. They've had some inconsistency, certainly, so we'll see what happens today. I'm definitely firing here on a bunch of games. I had a big day yesterday in Champions League here publicly, and hopefully we can get it done today. I like some of the plays I heard there. Let me throw out a few here as we approach kickoff just 5 or 6 minutes away. I've got Salzburg and Real Madrid. I'm going to go over there at 4 goals minus $1.25. Sure, Real Madrid, you guys mentioned a 3-goal favorite here in this one. So I'm going to just take the total over in that one. Also, I've got Zagreb and Arsenal under 3.5. Right now, looks like the line's at 3.5 at under, maybe at a pick 'em right now. The books are kind of shading the over, but the sharp books appear to be on the under, and I'm on the under with Zagreb and Arsenal under 3.5. I'd say one of my top plays here. I'm going to take Feyenoord plus 1.5 against Bayern Munich. I know, Sub, what you said about Bayern Munich, and look, they're obviously in a okay position here, sitting 12th in the table currently. I'm going to end up on Feyenoord here. I kind of wanted to play the over in the game. I may end up doing so live with you guys here. Also, it's a big Man City PSG game. Look, PSG's game at home. I mean, they're going to be packing it in. And if City, maybe they could go off, Dan. I know what you're saying, but PSG certainly has low-scoring games here. So I did end up on the under 3 goals with City and PSG. I did take Milan with sub laying a goal. Obviously, the coaching change here for Milan, and we'll see how it goes. But really, against Girona, I would think they should have the run of the roost. Girona is really struggling here right now, domestically and in league play here in the Champions League as well. I think they're currently 1-5-0 here,
Yep.
so they're pretty much toast right now. I skipped that game sub. I can't bet on every game, can I? But I might look for Inter in that game with Prague. There, Dan said he had that team total over. I know that sub may be going a little bit defensive there, but kind of agreeing with sub there. That would be my live look, possibly with Inter. We'll see how it goes, laying a goal and a half. But I think my big one today, guys, look, Young Boys has had a rough go of it again in the Champions League. Haven't really done much, and we've seen Celtic run up some big numbers in their mismatches here in the Champions League, and they need it bad. They're sitting 23rd in the table right now. We know how it's going this year with the stages, right? You got those top teams that are going to advance, those top 8, and then you got the knockout playoffs. So you got teams unbelievably like Man City, Real Madrid, Celtic, fighting in that last position to advance to the knockout phase. So I'm going to end up here on Celtic there. And I also like over. I think Celtic seems like, to me, maybe cut and dried, 4-0, maybe 5-1 here in that game. Not the best of games, but I think that's where most of my money is on the Celtic game, Celtic and over today. So we'll keep up abreast, obviously, with the table. Certainly important games here as we approach the end of the group stage.
Well, I saw that one of these games is pouring, and I think it's the Bayern game. I think it's. If I'm not mistaken, I'm keeping my eye on it here. I see the split screen with all of them. They're all getting ready to pop off. I thought it was pouring. It looks like it's pouring, which is disappointing because I was all over this spot. One of my favorites on the card was getting on this Feyenoord spot. We cashed in on the last time we did the live stream for the Champions League action last month, and I thought this was a great opportunity to take a shot with these guys. Lots of goals. And of course, the rain comes through and just kind of wipes me out of there. But I did make a couple of plays as well, and I'll share them with you. I put a parlay in the chat. I'll run it down with you guys real quick here. It's pretty much encompassing all the plays that I'm involved with here. What I did get on was a Bayern, both teams to score on over 2.5. Look at that weather. Look at that weather. You can't even see. Feyenoord and Bayern, both teams to score on over 2.5. Inter Milan to win to 0. I like them to get the Inter to 0. Celtic win and both teams to score. And then the double chance. I'm with you boys. Man City or tie. And the over 2.5 is the parlay I put together. That is in the chat. Feyenoord's team total over 1.5 is plus 245. I 3-leg parlayed AC Milan, Inter Milan, and Celtic at plus 180. I went with the over 3.5 in that Feyenoord game, over 3.5 at plus 105. And then I just did a little sprinkle on this Inter Milan to win exact score 2-0. So we'll see if that can kind of double down on my big play there for Inter to win to 0. But this is plus 500 for these guys to win 2-0. So that's going to do it. We're just about to kick off, but man, he's raining, boys. Now, do you guys, in your experience, rain, sloppy, lead to goals? Does it lead to more conservative play? I mean, how does this thing work?
If anything,
it's really hard to say, man. It can go either way.
Yeah,
honestly.
it depends. For me, Sub, I feel like too, it depends on where they're playing. If they're playing in some ground in Serbia, then it probably has more of an effect on it. When they're playing on grounds like the San Siro and like where Real Madrid play or Clasico, I saw a video the other day of someone talking about the pitches, right, for the golf and how crazy the pitch is for this indoor golf. They got the tees that come up and they put new tees in. Go and watch Real Madrid put a new fucking soccer pitch in for a game. They literally have below their ground like a hanger below the field with multiple pitches in it. So like they just change the pitch out. If the pitch is wet, they just pick a new pitch and put the new pitch in. It's crazy. So I like it when it's wet. It makes it more exciting because the balls can run. They can stop in the water. Like the goalkeepers actually, it's better for goalkeepers because they have more grip on the ball because it's wet.
That's the thing. There's so many things that can go back and forth, right? Because it is better for the goalkeeper in that way, but you get some weird bounces and spins and skips off the pitch, depending on how wet it is, though. You know, if it's puddled, then it might slow down the ball as it goes to the goalie. If it's enough to keep it wet, you might get that extra spin and just some weirdness for the goalie to contend with.
Oh, and your first two steps in the wet don't really mean anything because it's so slippery. So it levels the playing field a little bit. But I'll tell you what, I looked at this Man City lineup looks tough today. I can tell you that. The only real weak spot I see in their lineup is they don't have Rodri, which has obviously been a massive thing for them all year. But I think they're probably playing one of their stronger lineups today. So
yeah, well, you know, it was interesting because both you guys had a lot that I agreed with. It's kind of interesting. Biggest, we got an Arsenal goal already. Biggest game of the day, and I think we.
Wow.
I kind of.
And that's why I didn't bet. That's why I didn't bet an over or an under on that game because I didn't know where the hell that was going to go. That's like I stayed off that one.
It's funny, Ramon, because I was thinking under in that game. I didn't get there. I think you said you did. I might take it right now. Because Arsenal does have problems scoring. And on the other hand, they're among the best, if not the best, at defending direct balls and whatnot. I think that's what Zagreb's going to attempt to do or would have attempted to do. We'll see how far behind they get. Let's see what that under
scares me. The only thing that scares me with that is that they need a good performance at home. And this is the game where they're probably going to get those goals. And, if you've ever seen Arsenal supporters, how crazy they are, they won against Tottenham 2-1 because of an own goal. They claimed it as a win, but I can tell you the supporters are not happy right now. They want goals. So that's it. That's the main reason. Call me a weirdo for staying off a spot because of that, but that's why I stayed off that spot is because they're back at home and they need to put a performance in for their fans, and I just can't. I can't bet unders in those spots. I'll be kicking myself.
I'm going to go ahead.
I didn't want to jinx Ramon.
Under 4 at plus 110 here.
Wonderful movement there by Arsenal with Declan Rice banging one in from about 15 meters. Got the pass from Havertz and just good ball movement there quickly as they move the ball down the left side. Quickly got it into the front there, and Rice just hammers it home. They're just taking a look at it here. A beautiful shot there. Havertz just ended up putting one left foot on it. It was a perfect pass to Rice, and it made it for a wide open left footer right footer as he pounded it home past a stunned goalkeeper. So 1-0 underway in the third minute here for Arsenal. Arsenal obviously have been really strong in the Champions League this season so far, obviously with 5 wins already. So still a pretty good matchup there with with Zagreb, but we'll see now with that early goal here. And everybody in the chat, just terrific turnout here, and so many different plays in the chat. Really hardcore fans here. Really cool to see everybody joining us.
Dan, did you end up taking much English championship?
No, I went through that board before I went to bed last night, and I just couldn't. I couldn't really see anything that I liked. I had better spots in these Champions League games, so I just stayed off. If anything, I was looking. I liked the spot that you said against Plymouth Argyle, just because they're in like a bit of a translucent spot right now, so they're like a fade team for me at the moment. But I stayed off. I had I had a good run of games the night before. I had Sunderland money line, Sheffield United money line. I also had
nice.
I had Oxford draw no bet, and they ended up winning against Luton, and I had their team total over 1.5, which was plus 190 or something. So I went 4-0. It was a good night.
That's great.
Nice.
The only one I took was Sheffield. I was looking at a lot of those same games.
Dude, Luton, I'm telling you, just if you're not sure about the Luton game, just take, like, I wasn't sure that night. I could have taken the money line. It was plus 200, but I just went the draw no bet for plus 100. It was easy.
Yeah, makes sense.
We got a Celtic goal, boys. Celtic is on the
Nice.
board. Are on the board. And it does look like there's going to be a little bit of a delay here in this Bayern game. They can't see.
Yeah, it looks super foggy in addition to the rain and whatnot.
Or either that or they're playing with multiple soccer balls in the same game. One or the other.
Yeah, I don't have the sound on. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Score correction in the Celtic game.
I'll tell you what, it's got to be almost 100% of the time when I yell out a score. As soon as they pop it in there, it comes back.
You almost have to wait and have like an app to tell you who the goal scorer is, because if it says who the goal scorer is, it means that it's actually a goal. Like they can't.
Yeah, more often than not, right?
Back. Yeah.
Yep. VAR. Bookie's best
VAR.
friends.
What a pain in the ass that is. Until it works for your team. Until it works for your team. Which I can tell you as a Newcastle supporter, last year it worked for us, but years before that it certainly hasn't.
Yeah, the only championship bet that I ended up taking was this game just kicked off same time as our Champions League action was Burnley to win and keep a clean sheet plus 155, just a half a unit. Should have got in there earlier when I was talking to you about that yesterday before you were laying down for the night. I think it was like plus 185 or something like that. And that's all right.
Yeah, I did look at that when you said it, but just these teams are just like, look at the scores. There's already like every other game scored in, except because the Plymouth Argyle Burnley game just started. But Leeds are up 1-0, Portsmouth are already up 2-0, and Sheffield are up 1-0. And all those games are like 25 minutes in. So there's goals. I'm kind of glad I stayed off those games because Leeds is so unreliable right now. Even though they're near the top of the table, they are just up and down.
I couldn't take them at 1.5 on the spread. It just, like you say, they're just so hard to trust.
But it's like the championship's one of the hardest leagues to predict. But if you can get on the pulse of it, it's the most rewarding because the money lines they are very wide. You know, like you could get like how Oxford the other night. Like Oxford were plus 200, and I just because I like fading Luton, like Oxford are in form. If you watch a couple games, keep up to pace of what's happening, you can make some easy money. Luton's done that for me this year. I couldn't. If you told me at the start of the year Luton would be making me money fading them, I would have been like, no, wouldn't they be making me money because they just got relegated? Not losing.
Yeah, I thought going down they would have a solid time. And
they spent too much money on their stadium instead of infrastructure.
Right. It's not like they sold off that much talent. I mean, I know Vincent Kompany left and is coaching at Bayern now, but they've got a lot of the same team. They shouldn't be as bad as they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Kyogo with that goal that was taken away there. Yeah, offside on that one, but a pretty nice goal by Kyogo. They're probably going to have more opportunities for sure, so no sweat there. Didn't surprise me when you guys said that Celtic was already on the board, but they'll get plenty of opportunities. It feels here right now. I see Engels getting involved early. I see Kuhn getting involved early for Celtic. So they're going to be put it on one of my bad screens over here. It's my big game. Maybe I should have it up in front of me instead of the bigger matches here. But Young Boys has been so, it's 4 young boys. They're in it. They seem like they're making it every time, but you really can't match up with these games. That's the thing about Champions League. We still have mismatches a little bit here, despite the world-class teams from all over. And you mentioned the, pitch on some of the, some of them certainly have world-class stadiums where they have great drainage here, especially in this PSG game. You guys mentioned a downpour right now, and it's got to be, even for these professionals, a little bit of a factor in this one. It is really torrential there. So, hey, if everybody's joined, I saw some people in the chat today on my show, guys, were saying, hey, let's just stay home. The weather's bad. It's cold. And let's watch this Champions League.
I love it. I love that we could do this, you guys. I appreciate everybody being so willing to get together with us and try to make some money. It's something different. And I know Ramon mentioned it earlier. You don't see it every day, especially in the afternoon. But shout out to you guys, because Sub and Ramon, you guys had this day circled back to the beginning of November. I think it was the beginning of December. We talked about it and said there's like 7 games today. And here we are. We got back together and we're doing it. So there it is.
It was not my calendar. I had it on there. I had it on the calendar.
These boys are die hard. You know it's going to be a good outcome.
My supervising work dog just keep an eye on things. I'll bully there.
There it is. Hey, on the other side of football, the American football, some breaking news just came in. The Jaguars are going to move on from their general manager. It looks like there was some issues going on here as they were trying to sign a new coach for the season. And Ben Johnson goes over to Chicago. Things are starting to move around, and it just turned out that nobody wants to come and coach under this general manager. And they've officially moved on, cutting ties. They will be in the market now for a new GM and a new coach. How's that for breaking news, Ramon?
Interesting to note there. Obviously, we've seen some movement today already with some of the discussion of the NFL coaches. So we'll see how it shakes down now. These teams got to be making their moves here right now. Looks like the Jets may have found their man, right? And
yeah. Sorry,
we're about 12, 13 minutes into all the games here, and just one goal at this point.
You mentioned the Bears there with Benny Johnson. I think he's now going to be the 7th highest paid coach in the NFL. The guy hasn't even coached.
Here's Inter. I think they've scored here against Prague right now.
There it is. We do have a goal scorer on there. That's a big.
Hey!
Martinez gets the
Lucharo?
basket. Whatever, he gets something.
I thought about backing him today too. I should have.
Shut up, Billy Briz in the chat.
Oh, Billy.
Awesome.
What's up, player?
Yeah, it was Lautaro Martinez.
All right.
Yeah, Martinez from Bastoni here to give Inter the 1-0 lead. So, look, Inter's in pretty good position, certainly right now, top 5 on the table. So, off to a great start here against Prague. And, hey, great start for Sub and Dan, it looks like so far. I know Sub wants to keep that scoring down, but you got to have one before you have none. And Inter has that goal.
Yeah, Man City just had a great chance too. Didn't quite put it away, but
good,
really
good
nice
save by Donnarumma there. He's like the he's so hot and cold as a keeper. Meant to be the best in the world at one point. Buffon's protege.
Yeah, this is an interesting game. I can certainly see the case for the under. I think it was Ramon that was on the under. What kind of got me on the over is we'll see how City sets up. I've kind of had my attention divided, but I want to see what they look like out of possession, because their press, which is usually what Pep has them doing, is pretty bad. And I think if PSG can play through that first line or two, wow, Milan almost had a goal. They can play through that first line or two and get some overloads to guys like Dembele and Barcola. I think they can do some real damage to this Manchester City defense. So that's kind of what got me on the over. I mean, that combined with, Man City's usually good for at least 1 or 2.
Going to look at that goal here now. What an interesting goal there by Martinez. Actually, he just banged it in off the ground. It bounced up and in. I don't know if it went off the inside of the bar to get that goal, but pretty interesting goal here by Martinez. He's got 5th goal in the last 7 Champions League games. So great job there by Martinez as he points to the stars and has that goal here. Guys, I publicly went 7-0 yesterday in the Champions League, but I'm going to need some wins today after starting the first 2 games 0-2. So I was going to come on here and talk a bunch of shit. Released those out on my subscription, on my free subscription service yesterday. A 7-0 table here, 7-0 mark yesterday, but I have a couple losses. So there's Martinez, the great cross, and he just hit it. He was just trying to strike it any way he could. He didn't have any aim on the shot, just towards the goal, but just an interesting bounce, and it does go in just off the crossbar on the inner part, and that made it go down and into the net. So 1-0 there.
All right.
I
Yeah,
think,
well done on that 7-0 day yesterday, though. Yeah, we were talking about that in the chat this morning. That's great, man. I thought I had a day. I had a lot of volume. I think I had like close to 3 units, and I saw that 7-0, and I'm like, oh wow, Ramon just mogging me here.
I know.
I got some work to do today here, and got Arsenal on a corner kick here and a header that just goes wide right there. Man, a big chance there for Arsenal again. So almost got one home here on a corner, a header that was bounced in towards the net, but it's going to end up just wide here right now.
Yeah.
So important for some of these teams as we're in match day 7 here. So, one more game to go in the stage. But, man, like I said, you just have so many teams, high-quality teams that are kind of just fighting their way here. Even, I mentioned Celtic, Celtic, Stuttgart, Man City, PSG on the outside looking in. Zagreb needs this one bad. They're not looking great. And, just some important matchups here, maybe not having the success that they were expecting in Champions League this year.
Yeah, Man City, the thing with this new play, like the new way that the tournament's spread out too. Is
go ahead, Dan. Interesting to note it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, teams that are usually like not playing each other because they're at the same level or in different groups, they're actually forced to play each other now. So like, for instance, this matchup between PSG and Man City, they're like next to each other on the table, and whoever wins this game, like the results of this game could determine whether they either stay in the tournament or not, because the top 24 teams go through. And at the moment, Man City are 24th and PSG are 25th. So this is another big game. This is like another reason why I like this spot. So I was watching a little bit about it last night because it's a new concept, and to be honest, I've just ignored like how this all works until obviously today, because it's another play week left after this. So I just want to know where everyone's at, how it was working. But it'll be interesting for sure. Yeah,
this year the top 8 are already through to the round of those that are already through to the round of 16. Obviously, teams like Liverpool that have just fighting for that number 1 seed in their final game. But top 8 into the round of 16 automatically, and then we have a knockout phase playoff between those 9 through 24.
Victor Wembanyama is at the PSG Man City game ahead of the Pacers game. Is that today? Is it Pacers?
They have the France game. Don't they have the France game?
No, it's not. It's not today, I believe. Yeah, tomorrow. I believe. Yeah,
tomorrow. Well, at least we know he's enjoying himself, just watching some soccer. He's not partying with his friends in Paris. He's being sensible. So,
I'll tell you what, though. Speaking of partying with his friends, Ramon, you'd mentioned LBJ comes off with a triple-double after sitting around watching Ohio State bang out that national championship. That was something.
Yeah, maybe we should be, yucking it up. But that game will be tomorrow with Pacers and the other Spurs, if you know what I mean. By the way, Pacers are favored in that game by 3 points. So the total is 230. So we got that one tomorrow, obviously. But yeah, why not party it up? I don't know. Victor doesn't look like he has a drink in hand, though.
Gosh, did you guys see? I got a comment on it, but that Gabriel Magalhaes, he nearly had his patented dunk in the back post there. That header of his, man, is just deadly. Off those
he almost had that.
He's just so big. And
Oh, we have a
so
goal.
high.
We have a goal.
Oh, where's that?
We have a goal. Who is it?
Give us the game. Give us a guy.
Is it Feyenoord?
Oh, Feyenoord scored. Yeah, they're up 1-0.
Let's go.
Oh, that might be me, guys.
Wow.
I don't know. It's good, huh? Yep.
We're waiting.
Yeah,
Let's
good.
go.
Yeah, that'd be
Santiago
huge.
Jimenez.
Really? The Mexican?
Oh, Santiago punching it home for us. Let's go. One more. Give me
Yeah,
one
he
more.
slotted the ball.
Solid Jimenez, man.
Slotted the ball past the keeper there, Mike, for the goal here in the 21st minute to give Feyenoord that lead over Bayern Munich. Hope I'm going to root for Sub. I seeing that goal and your call on it. I said that might be my in play to go over here. I'm going to take a look at those odds right now on Bayern Munich Feyenoord. We got one home now. Taking a look at the table and what it means, I think here I might be pulling the trigger on a little bit of over here. I'll get back to you.
Both teams to
can
score
tell.
over 2.5. I had locked in pregame at -125, and then I had the Feyenoord over 1.5 team total goals at +245. So for benchmarking, when you're looking at these live lines, the over 3.5 we back in there at +105 as well. So, and then I love the Feyenoord call, man. Why
I'll
not?
tell you what, Bayern Munich have one of the leakiest defenses in Europe at the moment.
They do.
A month or two ago, Sub and I were talking about a spot where you could get the away team for over half a goal. It was like +100. That Holsker Kyle, remember?
Yeah.
And I bet on that, and they scored 2 goals. Like it was, I think they scored in the first half. Like Bayern are just capable of scoring like 8 goals, but so like. They don't care if they let one in.
Yeah.
Like they got Harry Kane.
I think
no
they've
doubt.
got about the best press in the world too. So when they're without the ball, they can dispossess you in dangerous areas. But if you get past that first line or two, I mean, their back line is just terrible. I mean,
Oh, no, and it was a quick transition, too, because Munich had a pretty strong forward attack and moving the ball around. But after it was cleared, it was a long pass, and it just seemed like Bayern Munich just wasn't ready for that. And it made Jimenez, my man, had 2 guys on him, but the ball just arrived perfectly pretty much on his boot. And he was able to split his 2 defenders. Just a beautiful, beautiful advance, actually, right there by the ball. And, it was putting the defenders behind because he was so onside right there. So, wow, what a shot there. Great pass from Smell.
Let's go. Let's get this thing heated up. Love it.
Great action here. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Wow, this is we think of. I love this Champions League window for years when they have when they have at least 4, 5, 6 games, and that's the way it kind of runs here a little bit. But it has that feel of we think of the NFL Octo Box or something when you got the 7, 8 games in that early 1 Eastern window. I think that's the kind of feel I get when I watch the Champions League games during the group stage.
yeah,
I just think that it's awesome that there can be a sport.
There's
where,
Real Madrid. I think that's a goal, guys.
nice.
Yep. Not confirmed yet. Not confirmed yet.
Rodrigo's got it if it's good.
Beautiful.
I think
You
it's
got
going
a
to be
new-
official here.
Nuno Mendes, yeah, it's official now.
And
Nuno
look who the
Mendes.
assist. Look who got the assist, guys. Junior.
Oh, Vinny.
Mm-hmm.
Vinny J.
Nice.
Oh, no, I think they're going to end up giving it to Bellingham. Let me take a look at the replay here. Yeah, it might be Bellingham
Jude.
here.
Yeah, it's Jude Bellingham assist.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, Bellingham laid the ball off to Rodrigo, certainly in a close range shot, bottom left corner. Goalkeeper, no chance on this one, guys. 1-0 Real Madrid.
Man, I'm watching this game. These guys are soaking wet.
Just interesting little note of fact for this PSG Man City game. There's already 2 yellow cards in this game, so the referees set a precedence early. So it's going to be interesting to see how that, especially on a wet pitch, and there's 2 yellows already.
Yeah, that's pretty early for 2 yellows.
Mm.
In a lot of games, you don't see one until the second half.
Oh yeah, you might be lucky to see 1 in the first half. So, like for people watching, and if you don't watch a lot of soccer, the reason why that's so important is it's not so much the players on the card. The important thing to realize when players getting cards this early is that the referee has decided then and there that he's not going to give the players time to adjust to his style of refereeing. He's just saying that's a card. He's not even like letting them make mistakes. So it's hard officiating. So that affects the flow of a game.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
And as we know, there's a few corrupt referees in Europe.
Yeah, there's some that I'm not even sure if they're corrupt. I just hate them.
Well, the Jude Europe, everyone everyone was on that Euro spot for Jude Bellingham with that yellow card against that referee.
Mm-hmm.
That's
right.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Andrew G knows setting the tone early. It's scared. Like players get scared when they see 2 yellow cards in the first half. The players are going to start playing more timid too. Like unless you're Mario Balotelli and you just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, Vitinha sends one just wide of the post in this PSG Man City game.
You hate to see a big matchup too, though, where the ref just kind of take that momentum right away from it. Like, let him put the whistles away, dude. Let him open up a little bit.
Right.
Oh,
It's like the NBA referees where they get their little moment of screen time now. It's like they're making these stupid play calls to review when they obviously don't need to review just because their egos want to see themselves on the big screen, you know?
Yeah,
I'll
it's
tell you
funny
what,
too. Go ahead.
I was just about to say something. The remnants of the Ange ball are still very prominent at Celtic. All the Japanese players that he brought in, they're all still playing there. Surprised he didn't sign any of them over to Tottenham when he went.
Right.
There's a couple of them that are pretty good.
As though they don't have enough trouble on that back line. Now they've got Brenny Johnson and Dominic Solanke out now. Now they're attached.
Did you see how the Tottenham supporters were talking to Son the other day?
No, I don't think I did.
Oh, he was crying. Like they were calling him a wanker and everything. Like it was brutal, man.
He's the nicest guy too. I could see him cry.
Dude, if you put him in any other team, but you put him in any other team and he's scoring like 30 goals a season. That's a crazy thing. He's better. He's probably better than Salah and all these guys. He's just in a shit spot. And Ange is in a shit spot too. They have there's something going on there, in that club. It's the big ups paying everyone. They're the ones that they just need to. I don't know. Shit travels downhill, you know.
And we saw Celtic here with a big chance again, but a save from the keeper. And they got a corner kick here. The feed's a little behind, so I don't mind if there's spoiler alerts here today for sure. But I'll try to bring a little live action with you guys.
Yeah.
My main game is just do not tell me when there's goals in this PSG Man City game. That's the one I'm watching. So I don't care. I don't care about anything else. Just don't tell me that game. Every other game, I've got my app, the SofaScore app, ready to tell me when the goals come up.
SofaScore, let's go.
Well, what the heck are we here for if we're not going to give some spoiler alerts?
Nice.
Yeah, I came on the UFC stream on the weekend, Mike, but I just missed you.
That's right.
I think I think it was like 10 minutes. Like you sent me the link, and then because I'm like, I'll jump on and just having some lunch. And then I came on and you just left. I was like, oh, he'll be back. And then your screen was still up, and the boys were like, we'll just take Mike's screen off for now. He's probably not coming back. And we didn't see him.
Oh man, I went down, cashed that big big spot there. It's been my move. Is trying to. It looks like a Celtic goal. We'll see if it's official.
Celtic goal. Yep.
Not
official yet.
My big move is taking the spot. Everyone thinks the guy's gonna, the big favorite's gonna knock him out in round 1, and it ends up being the dog that wins by decision, and that cashed again. So I've got a couple shots in me, and then it all whack me at the same time. All of a sudden I remember waking up over on my recliner chair that's in my office here at 6 a.m. I fell asleep. I just fell asleep in the chair like this. Yes,
Keith was on one near the end there too. He was like demanding shots out of people every couple minutes. It felt like near the end, you'd have a shot and then he'd be like, "Hey, let's do another shot." And we're like, "We're backstage, Keith. It's like we don't have to keep having shots."
Jeff told me, he's like, "Hey," he kept saying, "Yeah, you guys want to do a shot?" Yeah. And Jeff's like, "Nobody said anything."
Yeah.
Final.
It was Kyogo. He got his goal there after all. Kyogo finds the back of the net from McGregor. He collected a pass. No hesitation. Fires it. No chance. Bottom left corner. And Celtic has that first goal here. Is it official, guys? Yeah?
Yeah. Callum McGregor, the stalwart Celtic player for his whole career. He's just stayed at Celtic. Actually had a pretty good career too.
Okay, because I know there was a review. There was a build-up and an infringement there to the goal. The Celtic players are not happy.
Oh, it's away. Yeah, it's been taken away. Yeah, another score correction.
God, I thought they started to play.
Yeah, it was McGregor there. Goals disallowed from the video assistant. So that's the second one taken off here for my guys here today. Feels like only a matter of time the way they're going, and we know Celtic can run up a big number on opponents they truly are overmatched, but another goal disallowed.
Yeah, it was tough to look at.
Sir Mackie loves pies.
1.5, still pretty low.
Sir Mackie loves pies is on a right one there. He said Man City's playing like a bunch of breaches. He's not wrong. They just don't know. I think it's like what you see. This happened to Liverpool when they went on their big run. Like you can't be that good for so long. Like something's got to give eventually.
Have they put it in again? Here's Celtic. Did they finally get it here?
Third time's a charm, Ramon. That would have been the over. Was it the over 3? Was it the 2.5? You had over 2.5, or?
That's right. We're already hitting it if they'd allow these goals in there. No. Again, guess what? It's Kyogo again, but the linesman, he's sure about the call here, it looks like.
Jesus Christ, that's bad.
What the heck
He's
is
got
going
his
on?
flag. Kyogo's got a hat trick by my count.
Wow.
Ruhaski's having a rough time of it here.
Hey, if this was like if we're in the 1980s, Celtic could be up by like 3-4-0 now, wouldn't they? They'd probably be up 5-0 at the half in the 80s.
Right.
Yeah. Imagine the course. Imagine if the course of history changed because of the hand of God was disallowed, and they actually changed the course of history throughout the world because Maradona's goal didn't go in. Imagine if that actually had implications. Butterfly effect.
Yeah. It would too. Yeah, it would make a massive difference to how we think about them.
England would have won the World Cup. Maybe they would have been better at soccer. Maybe Messi never came to be if Argentina didn't win that World Cup. His dad didn't put one in his mum that night because Argentina lost instead of winning.
God, Milan just pounded one off the post here just seconds ago.
Man, Musa is so close to a goal in that Milan game too. off the inside of the post and bounces behind the keeper.
Real Madrid goal. Not confirmed yet. Just the little notification.
That was the one game I really didn't have anything going on.
Yeah, I was the same. I would have liked to take the over in that, but the number was too high for me. That's the only reason why I stayed off. It's like Ramon, like we were saying.
If it stands, it's going to be Rodrigo again here as he buried the ball in the back of the net from Bellingham again.
Like if it was -2, I probably would have played the -2 in that game, but it was -3. So that's too many goals for me. A 4-0 win, like you want them to win 4-0. It's not that they're not capable of doing it. It's just that's a bit more of a risk for me. I'm not willing to take.
Part of the reason that I was kind of thinking about it, Dan, is Salzburg. They've been off for a while, but they have this new coach, and he's kind of an all-offense guy, and so they've had a couple club friendlies, and they've just been letting in loads of goals. I think it was 6 versus Bayern, and
how can you really build it? How can you really build a team when you're like the poor man's Ajax that just gets gutted every season for players?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Haaland was playing there 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the days of Midtjylland that they let him 3-2 as well. So if they can let him 3 to them, I kind of think Bayern might just be good for 5, or pardon me, Real might just be good for 5.
I think
I'm going to look here. Go ahead.
I was just saying, I think Haaland in his first Champions League campaign had like 20 goals or something playing for Red Bull Salzburg. Like I remember they won one game like 8-0. He put like 5 goals in. I think he's like games to goals was like he averaged over a goal a game in Champions League. Something stupid. That was when him and Mbappe were like everyone was talking about Mbappe and no one was talking about him.
So for Bellingham, he played a short pass there to Rodrigo. He bent a shot from way down into the right corner. Really terrific goal, 2-0. Because Salzburg came back with an opportunity to find some space inside as Musa got in a strike, but it was blocked by a defending player. And almost a little bit of a comeback there by Salzburg here.
Yeah, beautiful goal from Rodrigo and
Salzburg now.
A little back heel from Bellingham there too. Yeah, pretty little goal.
Now Salzburg will have a corner here, and the defender cleared it with his head, so it's out of there.
Okay, we might have some Milan action, boys. Final.
Yeah, looks like a goal here possibly for Milan right now in the 37th minute.
I hammered their money line just because I got a boost off my book. So I got -125, which isn't that exciting, but for what that game was, I'm like that. I'll take that.
Yeah, Leao puts it in there.
Okay.
One of the more underrated players in Europe right now is him. If I think Arsenal were maybe looking at getting him. He could still go.
The Nasser got the assist in that one.
A week left in the transfer window right now too. So,
well, I dare not say it yet, but I think we might have a goal.
Yeah, I know. I'm watching it. It's grayed out for me. Yeah. They're like, all right, let's just make sure. All right. Suspense.
Oh, we got a PK is what it is. I don't have that game up. Possible PK anyway. Yeah,
I'm seeing that Milan goal now. Benasser, great pass. He sees Leao and little nifty pass, little in there inside the box. And he one-timed it there into the top of the net for that 1-0 lead, it looks like, for Milan. But I'm seeing that Celtic here. They'll find a way somehow to get a goal.
Just keep trying.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. Like, I don't think I've seen a game have that many goals disallowed so quickly in like
so fast.
Well, Engels is coming on for this penalty kick here, Dan. So they'll find a way to get it in there. Oh, Engels just turned away.
Oh no!
Unbelievable.
Oh no! What are the chances here?
Yeah, he did that old two-step, and that was 2 steps too many. And the goaltender he just rolled it in there. It wasn't really a decisive shot at all. It's not what you want to see in world-class soccer. Really, a kind of a
that all the way
there when you're doing the little dance. You're usually not going to be following through. So if you're doing the dance, get the ball in the air. No chance there. Great stop.
Yeah, it's got to be better than that from Engels. That's too bad.
Yeah, Keller with the stop. Yeah,
surprised they let him take the penalty. You thought they would let the guy who put the ball in the back of the net 3 times before it got disallowed take it. Jesus.
Yeah, pretty good.
No kidding.
Give that poor kid some redemption, Let him put his fucking goal in.
I mean, at this rate, you almost have to think about the draw in that Celtic game. Plus 310. Refs got this thing 0-0.
Oh,
we shouldn't even be talking about this game. It's fucking Celtic and Young Boys. That's how crazy it is.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that was a meat attempt. You see the replay there. Yeah, the goalie left his line, but that's part of it.
And
maybe he's dragging his toe still there. But
Kane nearly had one for Bayern.
Celtic and
wow, Burnley is up 3-0, boys. I've not been paying attention to that game. I just checked the score. I'm kind of stunned by that. Burnley not exactly the most proficient scoring team.
No, not of late, no. I wonder how JJ Watt's feeling now about buying, like getting scammed into buying part of Burnley. I reckon that was a scam to him, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Keller want to make another save here. We're almost at halftime already, guys. Great job here so far. Just 5 minutes away from the end of the first half. And some of the games, we know some of them are a little bit more. Obviously, we had that delay in the one games. I think they're a little bit behind, but not a lot of goals so far for sure.
Kind of surprised a little bit. I thought there might be, a little bit more opening up here, but obviously Celtic, we've seen it. We talked about it.
Yeah, for them to have a 0 right now, about ready to tear up my sheet.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys.
United States will be in action tonight against the Ticos, against Costa Rica in a friendly tonight. So, a little bit of action there. I think they're playing that one in Orlando tonight. I wonder what the weather's like.
Yeah. What's that in? What's that for, Remote?
No, it's just a friendly.
In what sport?
In football.
In soccer. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, U.S. certainly, a favorite in that one, but they've got some issues, and the Ticos, they often can play spoiler a little bit. That's kind of setting up for fodder here with playing the U.S. tonight, but I don't know. We've seen Costa Rica, Could be a draw tonight. Maybe it'll be. I just can wonder what the weather is like. We've seen all that Florida, Florida getting weather, all that weather in the south, feeling like they're up north here in the U.S. Dan, this bad weather doesn't usually get quite down that far this time of year.
Yeah,
What's that one line, Dan?
What's up?
What's that one line, Dan, Ramon?
Oh, minus 250. All right, Dan, keep your eyes peeled. I don't want to give it away, but pay attention here. Something's going to happen.
PSG, it looks like.
All right. Yeah, you called it.
What a goal.
Hakimi here with that goal for PSG. Let's see.
I'm kind of glad
goal.
that they scored now because we need to see something from Man City here. So
we do, but now, like I said, PSG, they're going to be packing it in.
Parking the bus
now.
Shit. It was like
see Hakimi celebrating here.
Hakimi, the smartest man in world football, this guy. He had his mother in control of all of his assets.
Yeah.
So when his girlfriend split up with him, she got nothing. What a smart man.
His longtime girlfriend, too. Weren't they? They were dating for over 7 years.
She tried to claim that, like, the whole the situational thing, like he wouldn't have got there without her and all this bullshit, but he had his mum as his guardian up in like the whole time they were together. So
now we got got to take a look at this. I mean, look, this looks like a clear offsides, right? I mean,
yeah. I didn't see it at first, but yeah,
they took it down on the book.
He made no effort to get away. He made no effort as he stood there.
Yeah, no goal.
Stood there near the goal line just to run out of there. I mean, it was a great Barzola with a great pass, and man, just run out of there. I just try your best to get back on side here before any strike there. So there'll be 1 minute of added time here, I believe, in the game, and we're going to end up scoreless. You mentioned the yellow was in that game.
A fraction of his knee. That was minuscule. That was, that's crazy. If I was a PSG
it was on the
supporter,
original build-up. Okay, I got you there.
I would have been fuming if I was a PSG supporter, but I don't care. So
you mentioned that Mendes will miss the next game with that yellow in the first half.
Young, he's like a wonder kid. That guy, Nuno Mendes, 20. I think he's like 20 years old. He's probably priced at one of the most expensive wing backs in the world. Like if anyone in England wanted to buy him, they'd be looking to pay at least £80 million for him, plus. Which is crazy how players can be worth so much money without actually playing in that league, which to me just doesn't make sense. But anyway.
All right, well, it's going to go to the
Subno's all about it. They buy players for $80 million and then they don't even play them. So, Anthony,
they'll go to the locker rooms scoreless. Celtic and Young Boys scoreless. Real Madrid 2-0. They've reached halftime against Salzburg. Sparta and Inter with that 1-goal lead at halftime. They're still playing it out here. Feyenoord and Bayern Munich. With 5 minutes of extra time. Milan and Girona also playing a little bit extra time here in the first half, but we got 5 of the 7 games have reached halftime.
Boy, just time flies. Time flies when you're playing footy. It still makes me. I still laugh with my brother about that time that we were doing the. It was the Copa and the UEFA championships on that Sunday, and we were like, "All right, we'll take Dan. I think you ended up with the UEFA one, and then we ended up with Copa, and it was like our 3rd day in a row of streaming."
Yeah, and then the delay. They had the delay for the game. All the crazy people trying to get. It was all the crazy people trying to get into that game. They were like jumping the fences and shit. Delayed the start of the game.
I remember telling my brother, I was like, dude, I said, it's going to be, don't worry. It's our 3rd stream in a row. And I was like, I got work tomorrow. I was like, don't worry. It's 2 hours. Soccer's fast. 3 hours later, they still hadn't started. We're talking about like all the girls that Justin Timberlake dated or whatever. I don't even know how we got onto that scam. It was like, Jesus, we were and then 2 hours more. So yeah, they were climbing the walls. They were breaking down the fences. Crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
It's like they're all trying to get over the border.
What are you guys thinking here? Anything that jumps out at you for halftime? I'm eager to drop a bet on something. I was thinking about taking this Man City draw no bet. I can get it at even money right now. Minus 105 now. I like PSG coming with the gold.
It was plus 100 Man City draw no bet to start the game, so it hasn't really moved too much.
All right.
I was almost kind of thinking about PSG, to be honest with you. I don't know. I got the over on that one. I don't know if I'm willing to reinvest. I'm slightly tempted on Bayern to come back. The weather is a bit of a worry. Could see a weird second half. That one is still going here in the first. Under a minute of stoppage time remaining.
That's a good spot to get them on the money line now if you wanted to. Like, minus 105. That's probably the best you're going to get them.
Yeah.
They've got talent on the bench, too, to come on.
Or you wait until like the 70th minute and you just take that risk and you just wait till then.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't I just feel like after just from watching so much soccer and stuff now, it's like you either live bet it at halftime or you wait. You can't wait if you wait longer than the 70th minute, like substitutions might come on. That changes the whole. Like it might move the line the other way if you're betting on the better team. So I always just do it in the 70th minute before they make their changes. That's just the way I do it.
I'm watching in the second half here, but I'm gonna look into what the Celtics overs are. I imagine they're probably still at 2.5 or something.
God, I'm getting frustrated with that game, certainly, but.
And Bayern almost had one here.
Just trying to look at this inner game to see if there was any opportunity here, but it's really juicy. I've already got the win to nil. I was looking at their next to score next is minus 160. Win the second half is minus 145. Minus 1.5 is minus 150. That's coming down a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to be. I'm already invested there a couple of spots. 2-0 would be my optimum outcome to cash that plus 500. So sit tight there.
Oh my gosh, we got a Feyenoord penalty on a really stupid foul at the very end of stoppage time here. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Give me my team total over.
Yeah, they're in the 7th minute, I think, here, and stoppage time here.
Hey, Mike, if you're looking for a bet in that Inter game, my original bet was Inter over 2.5, and you can jump on that now at plus 215 if you want to jump on that over 2.5. Just so you know, Sparta Prague gave up in the last couple of games. In the last 4 games they've played, they've lost 5-0, 2-1, 6-0, and 4-2. And the game where they lost 2-1 was against Brest. And Man City, Atletico, and Feyenoord are the 3 teams that put more than 3 goals on them. So
I'll tell you what, it's hard to get your hands on Brest. You just don't know how it's going to come out, you know?
Especially when young boys are playing on the same day.
Guerrero with a really bad challenge here. So Tomas is going to take the kick, and Tomas has put it in. Goal! Feyenoord 2-0 here.
Cash it at 245. Team total over 1.5 goals. Cash is in the first half for a sub. Let's go.
Nice.
What was that paying again, Mike? That would have been good. Good plus.
245. 245 action there. Get that cash in there for us. Let's go. Hell yeah.
That full game over 3.5 is looking good.
Sure. We're on our way now. I wish I'd gone with the Ramon. You took him on the money line, didn't you? Feyenoord?
I took him plus 1.5 goals. I should have. Should have took that money line.
You're looking good now.
Yeah.
Shit, even if
See, like,
two couple 3 goals in the second half,
that's why I love team totals over 1.5, because like you're good. This game's good. You don't have to worry about a result. You've got rid of the draw. You get rid of that 3-way market. You've just got the over or the under. And 1.5 is just it's a little sweat, but it's not as bad as a 2.5. You know, I used to bet over 2.5s a lot. Over 2.5, both teams to score.
Textiles, welcome in. Textiles, good to see you. Fernando likes a little Mbappe anytime goal at plus 125. Let's go. That's great. That's great.
I want to look at some spots here for sure. Look, Real Madrid, I kind of want to look at them here with their a bit of a surprise the way things are going here right now in that matchup. They have the 2 goals here. I think they can probably get there. And, man, I'm going to end up here. Let me take a look at this live line here. Real Madrid, what are they laying here? 3.25 goals at minus 118. I think that's probably where I'm going to go with my second half action here. They've obviously looked pretty strong here right now. Let's see what minus 3 is $1.75, but let me take it for a couple of goals here. I'll take some live action here with Real Madrid and take them at minus 3. Well, let me see. 3.5 at plus 113. So let me think they'll get this one by 4 goals. I've got the over, so I'm going to need that. So let me take Real Madrid here in the second half to get a couple of more goals. That way, if I get a push, I don't know if Salzburg's got it in them here. So give me Real Madrid here, minus 3.5 goals at plus $1.13. If we get it all, we'll get it all. So that's what I'm going to look to do.
I like it. I don't see. Let's see here. They only have the total for me at this point, so I'm gonna get a little sneaky here. I'm gonna kind of interpret what I just heard from the man Ramon Scott. He's running so hot. I'm gonna go 4-0 plus 330 for Real Madrid.
It's an interesting way to play it. Yeah.
I can't get a second half minus. Maybe they'll put it out there in a few minutes for me, but look, you start cashing bets. You got to start making cocktails. I'll be right back, fellas.
All right. And so, I don't know. I kind of want to go over here now. And if I've got this comfortable lead, Bayern Munich's obviously going to need some work here to get that team total. So if they do, I would think it's only going to be a matter of time before it goes over here. And that might be my next look to kind of join you. I feel like I'm playing a little bit of house money in that game with that. I don't know, 3.5 to nothing is what I'm ahead there right now. And the total currently 4 over minus 122 sub. I kind of want to go there and make that. I'm going to take another play here. Second half, I'm going to go over 4 goals at minus $1.22. But I'm going to add to it in the Feyenoord Bayern Munich match.
I did the same thing. I took 2 plays. I took Celtic team total over 1.5 at even money, and then that same play you were just talking about, over 4 in that Bayern game.
Okay. And the only other thing I'm looking to do, Dan, is maybe get on Inter here now that they have, with that 1-0 lead. They were minus 1.5 kind of coming into the game. So they're still, minus 1.25 is probably the closest. Let me take a look at what they are here. Maybe at minus 1.5 on that original line. Since sub did have it under, I just don't have any action in that game, believe it or not. So I want to be able to watch this second half, a little something here. I want to take Inter here. I'll take a minus 1.5 at minus $1.30. I know I could have had them pregame, but I didn't know that Sub was going to like Inter. I know Sub's on the under a little bit, but look, it's 1-0, and Dan was on that team total over, so I'm relying on you guys, and I need a bet on that game. So I'm going to take my third play. This will probably be it. I'll take Inter -1.5 to put another at least one more up, and maybe they'll hold them down here, and then Sub gets home. Dan, what was the team total, though? I missed what you said.
Team total over 2.5 was plus 215.
Oh, you took it to plus 215. Okay.
Well, I got a pre-flop, but that's what the number. That's what it's at now.
No, I understand that, and obviously, Sub, was your total the 3 juice to the under? I didn't catch all the details of the bet, but I heard you say Inter and under.
Yeah. The full unit play I had there, I thought that was a little bit safer, and the off chance they do concede was Inter Milan money line and under 4.5 was a -120.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to take Inter here then -1.5 for my third play here at halftime. I think that's going to be it for me.
I did take half a unit on Inter clean sheet at +120. So hopefully we get a. You got the under 3.5? Did you say?
Which game, brother?
In Inter Milan.
No, I did not have a play in the game going in, so I was considering Inter before the game, but didn't go with it. But now that I've heard you guys that kind of fits into what I wanted, so you guys kind of backing up what I wanted to do.
Oh, I'm sorry, you were talking spread.
You guys played the game, so I'll take Inter -1.5 here. Right. Like I said, at it's going up here. Actually, it's -$1.28 now, so. Certainly the move a little bit here at halftime on Inter.
Fernando, I like that parlay. The only one that gives me like second thoughts about is the Madrid game. That's the only one. Just because that's like, for some reason, that game just gives me red flags. But every other one, I like every other leg in that. Shout out to Fernando. Fernando is one of the like OG soccer guys that comments a lot. So shout out to you, Fernando.
Yeah, Fernando's a sharp one for sure.
You're the man.
Yeah, he called in. I called his boss actually to tell him that he would not be coming into work today because he had to come into the chat. I did it right on the air for everybody to see. They're walking out here. We're about ready to go in the second half.
I say, well, it's good that you pretended to be like his boss and not his mum and saying that you can't come in.
And we're underway. A couple of them anyway.
Now that halftime feels like it flew by. I guess we were watching partway through the halftime with the extra stoppage time in some of those games. That's a Harry Kane goal is kind of tempting. The numbers are not great, though, for just 45 minutes of play.
All right, Jack Grealish has come on for Man City.
Who'd they take off there?
That's what I'm trying. I think they might take Savino off. If I was Pep Guardiola, that's who I'd bring off. And they're bringing Rico.
Yeah, Rico has been good lately.
Wonder who they're bringing Rico on for. I reckon it might be Foden and so Grealish and Lewis are coming on for. I reckon it would be Foden and Savino. Show us who they come off for, you fucking stupid broadcast. Yeah, Savino, Usman Dembele come on for Lee for PSG as well.
Yeah.
He's like, what happened to Malcolm? Remember Malcolm, Sub?
Uh-huh.
What happened to him? He just like was going to be the next biggest thing, signed with Barcelona, and then went to Saudi, and no one's ever heard from him again.
Yeah. Yeah, many such cases, it feels like.
It's like Pat Alexander Pato and when the Chinese Super League started up and all these players went like Hulk and, then they just stayed there for they just marinated in China with the 1,000-year-old eggs they make. They just put these guys on the sidelines.
And they never really seem to develop in those sorts of positions.
Tevez, how much money did Tevez get paid when he was there? I think he got the most. I think he got paid the most when the China Super League was going on. I think it was Tevez.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about all these older, not old, but when I was like super deep, probably a bit more knowledge. I had a bit more knowledge back then. Not saying that I don't now, but every day I was checking transfer windows. But Andre Arshavin, when he played at Arsenal, what a run he had. Him and Thomas Rosicky at Arsenal when they weren't the Invincibles.
Boy, a lot of commotion at my place this afternoon for being 4:00 on a Wednesday. Activity. People stopping in and out. All right, I'm gonna rock this cocktail because we're cashing bets here. But if things don't go so well come pregame, and I'm gonna blame Dan. Cheers.
Well, right now we may have a goal here. I don't know. Ramon called something for Real Madrid. We might have one here, guys. Let's take a look. Was it the man? Was it the man that got this goal? I think here, you guys. Mbappe. Goal! A loose ball. A big error here from Blaswich. And Mbappe may have a goal here.
Shout out Trisha M, the $5 super sticker, Trisha. We appreciate you. She says, hey, congrats to Mula on that clean sweep last night. Thanks, Trisha. Appreciate that. Take
a look at the chat there, guys, with our man. He called it. I think you guys confirmed it in the chat with with Fernando's play earlier. Mike, I think you said it on the air.
I did. It's our guy.
Terrific. One more. Let's get that plus 330. What'd you say? 330, Mike?
330 for the 4-0. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Joe T. What's up, Joe T?
Joe.
The old Jova.
Yeah, I didn't want to boast what you boys were talking, but it was just a modest 9-0 last night. That's all.
Oh, beautiful.
9-0 last night. That's all.
Was that hockey?
It's a normal day.
It's a normal day. I tried to read off all the winners, Mike, but maybe I didn't have them all written down. But I said a few of them on the air for sure.
You did.
Hey, it was a hot day yesterday. I went 4-0 yesterday as well.
Yeah, I was thinking that when you said you went 4-0 and Ramon had his 7, and I was thinking, man, we stacked him yesterday. That was fun.
I think the tennis play for the Djokovic Zverev game is the over 40.5 games. I think that's moved down to 39 now. But that's the play I got in that game.
Don't look now.
Gosh, he just gets better. You want to count him out every time, and here he comes again every time, man. With
go, Man City, baby, Jack Grealish. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Man, that was like a bit of fucking pinball. That ball was bouncing around in the box, and he just fucking drilled that shit. What a goal! What a goal!
Hadn't been on the field for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Dude, he needed that goal, man. He needed that goal.
Yeah, he has not had his best year. That's for certain.
Hey, did you see Almiron's going back to Atlanta in the MLS? See that might be happening in the transfer window?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's big news. He has been a bit underwhelming at Newcastle this year.
For what we paid for him and where we were at as a club when we bought him, he did what he had to do.
Mm-hmm.
We've actually, like, all the players that we're getting rid of, I love them. I don't want any of them to leave. Like, I love our team. So
yeah.
we just need to sell players because we need to add better quality. So
I think I'll be back to backing them this weekend. They really ought to beat up on that Southampton squad.
Yeah, well, the best thing for any bets on Newcastle was them losing. Oh, don't tell me they're checking this fucking goal.
Oh, no.
There's no way that this is disallowed because it was.
Oh, no, they kicked off. I was going to say, I needed that for my over to stay alive.
Yeah, well, I've got Man City over 2. I need them to score 2 goals.
I had to be around plus money, right? I think I remember looking at it.
Gotcha.
Had to be.
There you go. Matthew Green's got one for you. You might need to watch pre-gaming later. Watch pre-gaming. He went 100-0 yesterday.
I'll tell you what. 15-2 in the last 2 days. 15-2. And what's fucked up is that one game was the Blackhawks, where we had him in overtime in the over, and they lost. I don't know if it was a shootout or it was overtime, but that was a 5-1 score if that had cashed. That would have been phenomenal. But let's go. Let's turn some money out of this thing, boys. Rolling. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. I gotta listen to it. Every time I hear it, my brain shuts off after that. I gotta hear the rest of it. I know to stay away from the juice with the player parlay. I know that part. I'm learning it, Ramon.
That was just seeing that goal here, but keep your eyes peeled on the action here. But well, I thought we were going to have one in a game here. I'm getting really frustrated with Celtic here.
I know it. It's been a pretty low-scoring day. I mean, we got 14 teams playing.
Dan's up.
Go ahead, Dan. Go ahead. Oh, where's Dan? He's not here, but you know who's got it. It's Holland. Sub Holland.
Here we go.
Here.
Over back in play. Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, right when that game looked dead.
Hey, shout out to Sir Mackey Loves Pie, gifting a sports money membership. Sir Mackey, we appreciate you. We love you being there.
Let's go!
Let's go.
They're disallowing the goal because Dan wasn't in his chair, apparently.
No.
No.
Shout out, we won't stop because we don't stop, baby. Let's go.
I didn't know Dan was there. I'm like, keep your eyes peeled, Dan. And I didn't hear from him.
I just boiled some eggs. I'm about to put an egg on toast, a little boiled egg on toast there. I was talking to Mike about it.
That sounds great.
You
had the team total there for Man City, right, Dan?
Yeah, just catch that, yeah.
So that
nice.
Oh yeah.
It looks like we may have another one squirt by way of the goal keep there in Salzburg.
There it is. There it is, Mike. You just needed to hold now a little bit too fast.
Oh, yeah,
take it here. The goal right now, and I think we did get Junior on the board here. He put the ball past the keeper.
Nice.
Look what happens, huh? We all get together on a nice little Wednesday afternoon, and we're fired. Might be Thursday morning for Dan. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I believe so, right?
Goalies. Wow, there's some excitement to start the second half, though.
Right, you guys said the goals weren't coming, but how many times we've seen the second half in Champions League? Look at what happened yesterday, Sub, in the Barcelona game. I know you had the alternate line over 8.5.
I wish.
Oh boy!
What a game!
Yeah, Junior here, beautiful. All Junior, it felt like on that one with his strike inside the box, and Bloswich just has to watch it go by. Nothing he can do.
We got a Dumbelli goal. Dumbelli in the PSG game.
Oh. And I believe that will cash our both teams to score and over 2.5. We'll take that
You
one
guys are
home.
going to get me on that game. Yep.
I got the over 3, so at a minimum, we're not going to end up with a loser.
3
I'll
goals
take
in
that.
10 minutes all of a sudden.
Mhm.
You guys got this one on me. Dembele, nice pass there from Barcola, and real good finish there, Dembele.
Actually, I have the double chance. I have Man City or tie in the over 2.5 at plus 110. So
Well, you're looking pretty good.
we're all right. We're starting out
Yeah.
okay. I did live bet them as well. Man City, I got that minus 105. So draw no bet. We'll see what happens.
Nice.
Love it. You know, there's
Well, I
4 of
got
us.
the-
There's 7 games. We thoroughly covered these things at halftime. Look pretty good.
I got the over 3, and I've got a PSG. I think I'm the only one that was interested in PSG, but I got the PSG team total over 1.5. So
All
get
right.
a PSG goal. We can catch them both at the same time. That'd be great.
And it looks like Inter's going to
Then
get on
after
the
that,
board
Man
again.
City can go score all the goals they want, and you guys can collect the rest of the money there.
Run wild on it.
Yeah.
Well, it does look like it is going to be 2-0 right now in the Inter Sparta game. You guys were rolling on that thing. I had the 2-0 exact score, and then Inter to win with a clean sheet. So or Inter to win to 0.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it, Mike. Scoring at halftime at least to make up for that one. You guys are beating me. And Dumfries here. He's the one who put it home, it looks like, for Inter. Pounced on a
There we
loose
go.
ball.
We need
in
one
the
more
penalty
goal.
Area. Go ahead.
One more goal in that game. That was the live spot plus was it plus 215?
All right, we're going. We're going.
Good work so
Man,
far,
this
boys.
second half really picked up. This is
Work.
Fast and Furious all of a sudden.
Wait a minute, though, guys. Gonna look to see if there's an offside here, actually, right on the goal there for Inter.
All right.
Well, is it?
I see.
Yeah.
Dumfries, but if
They're
they
gonna
get called
they're gonna go to VAR, I think. Here, I might be behind you guys, but
I didn't have that game up.
we're
I'm
gonna look at
afraid.
the build up, see if there was an offside, and get a little bit slumped shoulders here on that one.
Oh, I like you reading the body language, though. That's second level right there. That's next level.
That's Lex Neville. Lex Neville. It's another level.
And this is unreal that Celtic can't put them away.
Andrew G says, "What a good day! I already cashed. The day's over for him." Oh, that's great.
They're
Make
gonna
sure you
make
guys
us.
hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so already. I know you guys are all really good about that, but that does help us a ton. So appreciate that if you would take a second and smash that thumbs up button for us.
Bobby Mack says Dumfries has scored. I hope it's good here.
Did look offsides to me.
Yeah.
It's too bad. It was a really nice goal from Dumfries.
It's is it still they still looking at it, Ramon?
Yeah. On my feed, they are.
What time do you have on the clock on your game?
61st minute.
Yeah, 62-23, and it's been disallowed. Yeah.
Okay.
Disallowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked just a step off when I watched the replay there. Wasn't by a whole lot, but
All right. It's all right.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time. No. We'll let Dan see it.
You know, Bayern Munich could score 3 goals in the last 5 minutes of the game. That's why these games are so tricky, you know. And the games where you're like, oh, they're going to score 5 goals, they might not score any more goals. Like it's just
PSG.
It's obviously.
Sorry
What
if I
a
ruined that
goal!
for you, Dan. I just realized
No, they
we weren't
just
supposed to
scored.
score.
As you said it, they scored.
My goodness.
Wow.
Yes, that'll catch the over and the PSG team total over. Barcola. Man, he got the assist on the last one too, didn't he? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's
Quite a
the next
game for him.
$100 million
He's having a big game here.
Yeah, I had a feeling that Man U would have some success, but I wasn't crazy about picking a side here because, he was one of the players in particular that I thought would really do some damage to that Man City backline.
Typical Man City to go up 2-0 and then
Oh,
just
it's just,
fold
I mean, how many
Well-
times we've seen it here lately? I mean, this is not, it hasn't been going great, obviously.
It's been happening for them way too often. It's crazy.
She said, Trisha M says, guess rain means goals.
That's right.
Bit of slippy.
It's raining goals. I was going to sing it, but
It's raining goals. Is that the one you're going to go with? Hallelujah.
Yeah, that's it.
Goals?
yeah, you had a feeling, especially what we saw yesterday with all the second half action.
Man. So
Yeah, get a
funny.
load
We
of
saw all
this
those 0-0s and 1-0s. Now you flip through the scoreboard. It's like, holy shit.
This championship game being 5-0 is not at all what I envisioned when I took Burnley to win to 0. I thought it would be a
2-0
1-0,
1-0.
2-0.
Yeah.
Maybe off a penalty or something like that. I didn't think they were going to
Victor
score.
Wembanyama, a little bit of celebration there.
A screen time?
That's right.
I can't believe Wayne Rooney, I don't understand what happened there. He was he just signed a deal with Fox to do that talk show with Gary Neville and Ian Wright and all these guys. And then he took the job at Plymouth after he got sacked from Birmingham City and got them relegated. And then Plymouth Argyle signed him. And I don't know. I just don't know what happened.
I wonder if any team will be crazy enough to sign him on as a coach in the near future because it seems like a really awful idea.
Yeah, I don't think he's that switched on, or maybe I don't think he's a people person. I don't think he's built to manage people.
Yeah. Young boys with a big threat here. I've just got one turned away at the mouth, and man, they've got a little of an attack going here.
Yeah, I try not to even say their name on screen. I feel like somebody's gonna end up flipping me when I say something weird. So I just call them the team from Switzerland.
I was hanging on to it all game here, but we know Sub likes the young boys.
Okay. No, I didn't say it. Somebody's definitely gonna
I waited. The young boys like to score, but not today. Looks like we're going to get an Arsenal goal here if this thing can hold. Zagreb which is the worst team you think here in the field from a defensive perspective? There's so many of them that I think are still alive in this stage.
I'll probably say Sparta Prague.
Is that a goal for Arsenal, guys?
Yeah,
it looks like it. Yeah.
Looks like
Havertz in that one puts it in.
Yeah.
All right.
If Arsenal got Saka healthy and they picked up a great 9 during this transfer window, they could probably be the best team in the world. They need a little help in their attack, but
everyone wants to buy Isak right now.
Oh yeah, for good reason. I mean, I would put him right up there with the best number 9s in the world. Honestly, I would quite plausibly prefer Isak to Haaland if I was an owner.
Isak can do stuff with the ball. Haaland can't do shit with the ball.
Exactly right. Yeah. I mean, Haaland is a pure goal scorer, around the spot. Yeah, he's as good as anybody, but he's terrible in hold-up play. He's not good at distributing. I mean, Isak's good at everything.
It's like he's like a more limber, like Zlatan, like a Terry Henry / Zlatan, lab experiment.
Those are good comparisons. Yeah, absolutely.
because he's a big guy. He's like 6'4".
Average. Yeah.
All right,
There's
Girona.
Yeah, Girona. It's I think they've disallowed that one there for Girona.
Hmm.
My Girona.
Originally, Gil had a goal, but was ruled offside. They went to the VAR on it. Gil ended up getting a yellow card when it was all said and done.
Pissed off. Man, what are we going to get in the Celtic game, boys? What do we got? The money line at minus 140. I was looking at that draw earlier when we saw those 3 goals get missed. It was plus 310. That draw is all the way down to plus 145.
I'd be embarrassed right now if I were Celtic here. Can't find any goal. Mike just asked who's the worst team. I mean, you got to think he was talking about young boys there, but Bratislava has been pretty bad. Obviously, Salzburg here. There's another dumpy performance here defensively, and
I think I would put young boys
been
at the
pretty
bottom.
bad too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, on the whole, I think I would put the team from Switzerland at the bottom.
Which one is that?
I think. I mean, their underlying numbers inside and outside of the Champions League, they're really bad, and of course they play in a Swiss league where they should be able to have some success, and even there they're sitting bottom third, maybe even bottom quarter. I haven't checked back in a while, but they're not doing well in that table either.
They're just too nice
at home to not be able to put in a goal. I mean, that's pretty pathetic.
You got to have the spirit taken out of you though after scoring 3 times, getting them all called back, and then you miss the penalty kick on top of it. It's like
that is a good point. Yeah,
4 goals.
Yeah, I mean, 1 or 2 you can kind of swallow it and say, well, easy. 1 or 2 you can say, all right, we can move forward, but 4, jeez.
Yeah.
Their manager Brendan Rodgers is a bit of a he's about as interesting as a fence post. Let's just put it that way.
Right. And if Bayern gets shut out here too, Bayern doesn't necessarily need this win, but that would be a big embarrassment for them, even on the road.
I was just going to ask your guys' thoughts on this game here, sitting at 2-0. I mean, they've got pressure. They've got pressure for sure, but doesn't mean they're doing anything with it. It's just a lot of Feyenoord guys backed up.
They did bring Sane on. I suppose that's a little boost. I'd like to see him bring Gnabry on over Sane, to be honest. He would have been my first choice.
4-0 in the Madrid game too. I don't know if you guys said that earlier, but
yeah.
Yeah, we're getting that. We need that to hold. Apparently, well, like I said, I did end up on the over there, but I'll pull for Mike. I'll take it because Real Madrid will cover that 3.5 for me. And if I got Mikey on a 330, I'll take a push. If it goes, anybody scores, I'll hit it. I'll have the winner.
Well, you're all well. If I have to defer to you, Ramon, that's fine. We'll give it to you. Just give me my enter 2-0.
Man City just made some changes. Gundogan and McCarthy just came on for Kevin De Bruyne and Kovacic.
Wow.
Celtics down to a minus 110 on the money line right now. I mean, there's still 30 minutes or so, almost 30 minutes to play in that game. You almost got to look at some stats.
Them bringing Kovacic off makes me want to back PSG. I've already been talking about it. I might go use the restroom before I pull the trigger, but he's the only one since Rodri's been gone that can really stop anything through the center. You take Kovacic out of the game. Oh boy.
Reason being is PSG they took out Fabian Ruiz and that young winger Diu. and they brought on Saint-Gerain, that young midfielder. He's like 19, and Goncalo Ramos, that Portuguese like wonder kid striker.
I was gonna say I think Ramos can still create. Yeah, I think bringing him on kind of tells me they still think they're in this to win it.
Well, he's almost like their main striker now, isn't he? Like pure number 9.
Yeah, he plays up top a lot of the time. Yeah. Yeah, he was the 9 in their cut match.
Yeah, 64 million. They ended up paying for him at the end of his loan.
No, he's a great talent. Yeah. I'm not going to pull the trigger quite yet, but I'm going to use the restroom real quick. And
that's when the goals come. That's when the goals come, when you guys are in the potty.
Yeah.
That's like that classic commercial where I forgot what the company was selling, but they're all watching the game and the guy turns around to high five his buddies and start talking about something, and then they score the goal and it's a 1-0 game. And he's like, I missed it. I'm going to move on Celtic now at even money. Money line, Celtic, even money right now on DraftKings. I think that's as good as we're going to get with this thing here before they punch one in. I mean, you look at the pressure. They keep building. Can't do anything with it. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Ramon, I heard you talking about that Northwestern under today. It's got my eye.
Well, I went with Northwestern on the show. The steam came in on the under in that game. I wasn't sure I'm ready to go with it, so I might just wait and see if you got something there finally. But on the show, I was actually on the Wildcats laying the points.
Yeah, I can see that too. I'm not sold on.
They dominate Indiana. I think they've won and covered. I want to say 9 of the last 10 meetings between the two. You don't think of it really with the Wildcats. They've had some decent teams over the last couple of years. I mean, that's a big long sample size, but for whatever reason, IU and Evanston hasn't worked out. So I ended up with just Northwestern at this time.
I can see that.
I did see some steam just come in now. I know we're not on the show, but my San Diego State team, it's starting to move higher here in the game against Air Force. San Diego State's they've been struggling here. They're a team that can certainly put it together. Always a different nucleus here, it feels like, for this team right now. We'll see. I mean, they're playing Air Force. They should be able to beat them on the road. They're double-digit favorites, but I did see this total here approaching 130 right now.
I might catch that Air Force. We'll see what the line does as the night goes on here. And then Stanford, got to get involved. I think you said it right. Miami's, they're just terrible. And
it's just amazing. You know, you'd think Miami here in the NIL era would be in every sport
right
there, but it's just not working out.
Kind of like that Stanford first. They're coming off the loss too, aren't they? I think they're coming off that loss. Maybe not. I got to look at my notes. So we're in that transition window here. I bet a whole bunch of second half soccer bets, and now I'm watching the clock tick ever so closer to 6 p.m. Dan, what time is it for you, my friend? It looks like the sun's out.
Yeah, 8:30 a.m.
Cheers.
Yeah, early.
Breakfast bets with Dan. Sounds like a new segment.
Yeah, well, I've just been eating my eggs on toast. So,
did you get your 5 soldiers?
I just boiled up an egg and just torched it on my bread, spread it across it, put some of the got some bullseye barbecue sauce with a little bit of Hellman's mayonnaise.
Wow. The old artery pounder too.
Yeah.
I'll reach the pretty much 75th minute in most of the games here. A couple of them are still about 5 minutes behind, but just 15 minutes, 20 minutes left in these games here. And we've got Real Madrid. I believe this is a goal. We'll see here, but a goal here just now coming across with Junior again from Valverde. Wonderful goal here by Junior.
Yeah, it was. Man, all their big stars doing serious work here. Well, we got a brace for Rodrigo, a brace for Vinny, a goal for Mbappe, and is it 2 assists for Bellingham?
Yeah,
I mean,
you should just look at the players they just brought on. Like the players they just brought on. They brought on David Alaba for Jude Bellingham, Arda Güler for Dani Ceballos, Berem Diaz for Rodrigo, and Edric for Kylian Mbappe. Like any other team, those guys start.
Yeah, just an embarrassment of riches. I mean, Arda Güler is, so goddamn good.
Valverde cut back on the goal line.
Sorry, what's that?
Valverde cut back on the goal line. He found Junior right in front of the goal. It was an easy goal. Just real nice touch there.
Carlos Ancelotti loves Valverde. That's like he's one of his favorite players. He said multiple times.
Hey, there's a lot to like about Valverde, man.
He loves his goal scoring. He said the most impressive thing about him is his goal scoring ability to see goals.
I cashed a first goal scorer Valverde in the cup match. It was a week or two ago when they brought up all the stars. And he was like one of only, I think, 2 starters that were playing. And they were still giving away his first goal scorer at 10-1 or something like that. I'm like, got to take something there,
He can be good value just for a shot on goal, like a shot on target.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you got a book that
you got to get on these guys at the right times, but because like they have like one good game, the market's juiced for like the rest of the season. It almost feels like sometimes.
Oh boy.
Yeah, true.
Sandro Tonali's. I've been playing a lot of his just shots props, but
all right, Dan, wake up here. Pay attention.
Well, I know which end of the pitch the ball's at, so there we go.
Don't say it. Nobody say it.
Man, I took the little sprinkle. I should have put something real on that. This is a big number.
Man City, how far have they fallen?
Jesus. And we got 5 goals in the second half.
Whenever they're facing a bad team, they're probably going to win by like 4 or 5 or 6. But when they're facing a good team, they tend to go up early and just fall apart. I backed Brentford. Was that I can't remember if that was over the weekend or if that was midweek, but they were up 2-0 on Brentford. It looked like they had it wrapped up, and Brentford comes back with 2 goals in the last 10 minutes or whatever.
If there was any game that I feel like always finishes 2-2, I feel like that's the result a lot of the time they play. Or the last couple they've had 2-2 result.
Yeah, they have had a lot of those. It makes you wonder, though. I don't know, when they're facing a quality team, do you just, if Man City scores first, do you just start taking the other team on the spread? They score again, take them on the spread again, because they have a habit of this lately. They fall apart in these second halves.
That sounds like Jeff's Buffalo Sabre strategy. Sabre score early, right. They're fading them.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Same thing.
Ooh.
Man, Haaland just looks like a big fucking oaf out there. He's not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even pressing. He's just... I remember watching him play a game at Dortmund, and he had the worst game I've ever seen him play. And his attitude was bad. Piss poor attitude, just like a little kid. you know.
Right.
And he has these moments. You watch him; he has these moments still. He still like cracks the shits.
Yeah,
and they don't have any. They don't have anyone they can bring on. They don't have another number 9 in their team. That's the one spot they don't have any other.
No, letting Julian Alvarez go in that regard was a
They should have kept Edin Dzeko as like a stalwart striker for that club. They should have never let him leave. He should just be there like backup, and then when people get injured, he played. But I guess he wanted to play more. He's at Febinace now, I think. He's still playing.
And speaking of Julian Alvarez, how about him and Atleti yesterday? Man, I backed Atleti on the draw no bet. They had a red card early, went down a man, and kind of thought I was screwed there. They go down 1-0, and then Leverkusen gets a red card, and it's 2 straight goals from Alvarez to win it. That was, that was kind of the only thing that balanced out the Barcelona game. I had Benfica plus a half a goal to watch Barca score 3 in the last 10 minutes plus stoppage time, and Benfica find a way to lose that one for me. It was painful, but bit of yin and yang at the end of that one.
Philly Eagle Flyer says he's going in on Celtic again.
I thought about it too, Philly. I don't know.
I'll sit on my money line there.
Yeah, I got it. I got enough in him. I can't trust him anymore.
Yeah, 5 minutes isn't enough time for me.
Oh my. Oh, it's offsides. False alarm. I thought Dembele had another one there.
Yeah, no, he's quite clearly offside.
Yeah. A few steps.
Man, I think Bayern's been on the offensive side the entire second half with nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I saw a 5-minute hat trick. I remember watching Lewandowski score a 5-minute hat trick in a Bayern Munich game once. I think he ended up scoring five goals in that game. It was like 21st minute, 22nd minute, 25th minute, 3 goals.
Well, it's interesting. Are you aware of how the Germans count the hat trick?
How they count their hat tricks?
In Germany, obviously everybody else, if you
Celtic scored.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Let's go, Philly.
Let's go.
Let's go, Philly. All right, we're fucking in it.
I literally just snuck. We'll see if it holds, right? That's the big thing. I literally just snuck.
See what I believe.
I would have to have called up and bet it, and there's no way I would have got that in time. That would have killed me even more if I rang and didn't get that. I
literally just got 19-1 Celtic to win, and then the Man City PSG game to be a draw, and then seconds later they scored. That's huge.
Is that an own goal right there?
It's the only way it was going in. Let's go.
Oh, Benito.
But yeah, in Germany, you've got to score the 3 goals successive for them to call it a hat trick there.
That's the natural hat trick in the NHL. The natural hat trick is the 3 in a row.
Yeah, if you score 3 in Germany and somebody, you score 2, somebody else scores 1, and then you score 1. Like, you scored 3 goals. You gotta score them all consecutive right in a row.
Wow, Celtic coming through for us there.
With the hit, but it's Benito that puts it in.
We'll take it. Hey, all looks the same in the score sheet tomorrow.
Mm.
Wow.
Unfortunate bounce there, certainly, but nothing he could do. Great stop by the keeper.
Man, down to the wire here.
Yeah. I mean, there's still a lot of time left in this Bayern game. 76 minutes.
Yeah, some of these games, yeah.
Even Milan still got 78th minute.
Fastest 2 hours of my life, boys. Thank you.
It rolls quick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Usually when I'm sitting here all alone, I'm like, God, we got 10 minutes left in the but this has been going quick with you guys. Feel like we might do it again.
We're gonna have to. Making this too much money. General rule of thumb: when you're making a lot of money, you gotta stay with it.
Next week with these with this new format, the 24 teams. So it's gonna be big time.
Yeah, that's right. Every game going off at the same time next week too, huh?
I'm just glad everyone started winning, so I wasn't gonna get blamed if everyone lost. Something's going on in the Celtic game. Market suspended.
Oh boy, are we gonna get 2 after all? And Bayern,
I missed the Salzburg goal, guys. I guess Salzburg scored one, huh? Damn.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I didn't know if that was when I was gone or.
Oh, actually, yeah. I didn't see that one. Kind of moved that game off of the screens here a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You had the -3.5 there live, right, Ramon?
Yeah, we went Madrid -3.5, and I had the over as our original play there. So feeling got some winners here for sure.
Yes, yeah, you're in great shape there. Yeah.
Gonna have a red card review in the looks like just with that Inter game. What do we have? Just 1 or 2 minutes of stoppage time here.
I take up 2-0 if we can squeeze that out.
Yeah, I'm watching that red card review. No, it looks like no red. Or is it? Yeah, there it is.
No.
That's right.
Doing everything they can. Doing everything they can for the young boys.
They really are. Yeah.
We'll see how many minutes we get tacked on here to that one.
I mean, we weren't the only ones that wanted to, fade this team from Switzerland. That late move towards Celtic was pretty big. It was about $1 move in that last hour or so. So the market was on the same page, but I guess that's, part of what happens when you miss a PK and you have 3 called off and so on.
Talk about
there we go. It's an Arsenal goal. Let's go. Hold, baby. Hold. 3-0. If we take that, it'll be a little plus 330 action. Let's go.
Holy shit.
All right, as long as there's no more goals, I'll be okay with it. But it was Odegaard there with the goal.
Odie, wow.
Time here.
I can't really explain why, and Martin Odegaard hasn't looked great lately, but if you look at his record over midweek games played on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, his goal scoring tally goes way up. I don't know why that is. He just likes playing on one of them off days for whatever reason, I guess. But yeah, me and Ramon got this under, and Mike's got the 3-0. So that game can
all right.
Game can end any time now.
Hold there, huh?
Yeah.
Anytime they want to shut it down.
I'd say it's going to be a successful show here, even if I'm not cashing them all. And you guys got some great cashers, so I think we've had a pretty good show.
Damn right.
Yeah.
4 guys watching 7 games. There's no way we're not going to find all those opportunities when they squeak themselves out there.
I think you guys did better live than me, if I'm being honest. I was just 1 and 2 live. My pre-flops did come up.
You got a goal at Inter, I think.
For Inter?
Showing up at 2-0 on my book.
Okay, good deal. I was gonna say, as long as it's not Salzburg.
Give it to me.
Or Sparta, probably.
Isn't it?
No, I don't think it is. My book says it's 2-0, but my app says 1.
Yeah, me too.
My app is still saying 1. I don't have that game.
Yeah, I
up
think it's
on-
just my book. My book's just shit. They're idiots.
You know, we got a free kick here, a yellow card to Krasnicki.
Arsenal game's over. So cash.
Yes, let's go, boys. That's a big casher for a bunch of
We
us.
threaded the needle on that one, guys.
Let's cash, baby. Yeah, it's only
That's
right
great.
that we run a video for us here. It's been quiet on the video front today. Let's put one out there. Let's see what we
Real
got.
Madrid's a final here as well. So I'll score a double winner there with that Madrid second
Nice
half
job.
and over pregame.
Nice job. Let's go. Let's see what we got. We'll do. Jeez. How about we'll just give this one here. Oops. We'll give this one.
Woo! 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 Ow! Love that money.
Let's go. Well, afternoon action, fellas.
Morning for me. Bit of 6 a.m. Wake up.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
Get up at
that's right.
6 a.m. and bet soccer.
Well, Inter doesn't get the 2-0, but they do win to 0. So I'll take that cash. We'll move on from that one. Let's go.
Yeah, that didn't quite work out there, but good call there. Great place. Got it right? Or
Yep,
were
we got
we
it.
laying more? Were we laying more? Or they just had to win. I'm sorry if I said it wrong.
Oh, sorry. What game? I thought you were talking
The
Arsenal.
Inter game is a final now, 1-0.
Oh, it is fine. Okay, good. Yeah, I had Inter to win and under 4.5, and I had the Inter to keep a clean sheet. So that'll bring in good unit.
Inter
and
to
a
0
half there.
plus 120. We'll take it.
Yep.
Take it. Take some plus
Great
cash.
stuff there, man. Inter's record in this league has been pretty extraordinary. That's 7 games now. They've scored 8 goals and they've let in 1 goal.
Oh, this could
Pretty
be a goal
extraordinary.
here for PSG if they review this. Came off the defender.
Yeah, I think it's going to be disallowed here.
I think it's a go. It should be a goal. That's a goal. It's a goal because if the rules are that if it comes off a defender and goes backwards and the player's offside, it doesn't matter
Yeah, I think
because
it's
it
going
came
to
off a
be.
defender. So it's going to be a goal.
We're going to
It's
the
gonna be a
bar
goal.
here.
Yeah, it'll
Are
be a
you,
goal.
are you already beyond the bar?
No, I just know the rule. It'll be a goal. It should be
Okay,
a goal.
I'm gonna say not, but I understand.
closed
what
that
you're
window.
saying.
I
I'm
might have
looking at the replay here.
If it came off a Paris Saint-Germain player and went back to him, it wouldn't be a goal, but it came off a defender. So
Fair enough. Let's
So
see
if
what
it comes off a defender, it doesn't matter where you are. You could be offside by forever. It doesn't matter. It's like when there's a throw-in. You can be offside for a throw-in. But that should be a goal.
Yeah, looking at the PSG players, I think they think it is certainly a goal here.
I my Inter, Celtic, and AC Milan tickets looking okay. That's a little plus 180 action. Let's see if Milan can close this thing out for us. Yeah, looks like it's gonna be a goal, boys.
Yeah, it does.
PSG
Final.
final. They're talking about the Sabalenka match.
I think they are going to count the 4th here. I just got a notification. I brought up the broadcast.
It's a goal. It was a goal. As soon as I saw the first replay, you see it come off Harvard. It's a goal.
And it was Ramos. We were just singing his praises too.
And that's going to do it, right? That game's toast. That game's in the books.
It is. Yep.
That's huge.
4-2.
This
All
is one of the reasons why VAR is so shit. Like if you get the bad end of it, because like in a normal game they would have just kept running that out, but they check everything now. Like they check stuff that doesn't need to be checked. So that's just one of those things.
All right.
What a goal! It was a great goal, but you can't take that away from the goal. Great strike.
And so we got a couple lingering around here, Milan and Feyenoord games. Man, what a disappointment from Bayern here.
Hey, I want to thank you guys. I got to run real quick, top of the hour, but yeah, I do see. What do we got real quick in the Feyenoord? What were you saying there?
3-0. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm waiting to see here.
Got another Feyenoord goal?
Looks like
Yeah. Need
No,
one more goal in that game for the over 3.5.
Oh, wow.
Are they reviewing?
I think it's a goal here
I think
for
so, too.
Feyenoord.
Ramon, we had a ton of fun this afternoon. You know we're going to do it again.
Appreciate you guys. Yeah, we got to do it again. We got important games next week. We'll see if we can get it. Looks like you ate that goal. So I'll let you guys wrap it up. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dan. Sub, great job. And I'll be watching here down the last couple of minutes. I really appreciate it. And great job in the chat, too. Wow, this is a really sophisticated soccer fans here in our chat for sure watching. And thank you for everybody also that may have been joining us, maybe found us for the first time. Join us on the Sports Money Network. I know you can wrap it up a little better, Mike, but I just want to say my thanks to everyone. All right.
Much appreciated.
Appreciate you, brother.
He's running so hot. You know what he does, Ramon. Good luck rest of the night, Ramon. Lots of fun, boys.
That was fun, man.
Joe Dub says, great show, guys. Nice to start the day off cashing. Philly Eagle Flyer appreciates it as well. Appreciate you guys, man. This has been fun. I think Sub and I snuck one out there last month and we smashed it. And it was only right that we come back and we'll do it again. If you guys enjoy this kind of stuff, we'll do it again. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button. We're still a couple minutes left to finish this thing off, but we'll see if we can finish off. And it'd be great if Bayern can get a goal here and we can cash everybody can cash on this game. But plus 245 team total. Ramon had
five extra minutes in the AC Milan game.
Okay, right. Yeah, I was going to say you had the Milan money line and the -1. Is that right?
Yeah. I also had a half unit. I took a half unit on there over 2.5, which it's looking like it's not gonna.
Yeah, if we could see another Milan goal, that'd be great. Get you one more casher while we get out of here. But yeah, man, this was great. I don't know if you enjoyed these. Get over to pre-gaming and go tell Mike about it. We'll try to do another one next week. Next week will be the last of this stage of the Champions League, and it'll be, oh boy, help me out, Dan. Is it 20? No, it's you say 24 teams. It's more than that, right? Is it? How many teams?
I think there is. I think. Oh, let me have a quick look.
It's 34, right? 4 teams.
Yeah, 24 go through after everything.
Right.
There are 36 teams.
36 teams. Yeah, so we'll have 18 games all going off at 3 p.m. next Wednesday, which will be absolute madness. It's going to be really hard to keep track of. But, I don't know if you like this. Maybe we'll try to aim for next Wednesday, too, and we'll do it again.
Made some money, I'll tell you that. Got some nice plus scores in there. That's always fun. Always a good thing. Yeah,
well, yeah, Mike, you hit a couple really nice plus monies, man. I mean, I hit some things that were technically plus money, but you guys – or you were hitting plus 250, plus 300 or whatever. I can't remember off the top of my head.
A couple shots at it, that always helps. It always makes it worthwhile.
Hell yeah!
Take a couple random big shots in the second half and just protect the bag.
Yeah. You know, I
I
did
can't
hit,
get over. I can't get over. I looked at it
Sorry,
before.
go
So
ahead.
Bustiskas beat Athletic Club 4-1 in the Europa League.
I
before.
saw that.
Yeah.
I was kind of stunned to see that. Yeah. It was a game that I guess didn't matter a whole lot to Bilbao. So maybe that had something to do with it, but you know,
It was
I kind of would have favored Athletic Club, and there was a bunch of steam towards Besiktas, and I was like, "What the hell is this about?" And then they just go out there and crush them.
Well, it was all the last 3 goals were scored in like from the 60-minute onward for Besiktas, so
Okay.
it was 1-1 up until the 60th minute. You know, so
I was about to ask you if you watched it, and then I just realized it was like 2 a.m. your time, or
it's 2:30 a.m. Well, that's where I get into a spot where I'm like, do I stay up and watch? Because if the game's any good at 2:30, I'll just stay up. But the early games were shit, so I just went to bed. But
yeah,
I'll tell you, on a Saturday night for me with the Premier League on, the game started at 11 p.m.
so you're just up all night.
I'm just up all night, especially if the early game's really good, and then the 2:30 game's good, and then the 4:30 a.m., which is the last game, if that's any good, I'll stay up. So it's like Sunday's a write-off, and then I wake up and bet UFC.
Oh, yeah.
So I sleep, and then UFC's on.
Like a third shifter.
Yeah, it's just nonstop. Weekends.
Oh, let me ask you, Dan, you got any action on Europa tomorrow? You know, while we're on the topic of AC Milan and what have you.
I haven't really looked at it, to be honest. I did have a browse over it yesterday when I was going through this card, but I'll probably have a look through it this afternoon. At a first glance, nothing really jumps out to me. I don't have the lines in front of me either, so
yeah.
So let me have a quick look. I'll pull it up here if anything jumps out at me. I like Frankfurt at home. That's like it's pretty hard to beat Frankfurt at home at the moment.
Agreed. Yeah, I like the -1 line there.
Yeah, that's the only one that jumps out at me to start off.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking closely at. They've been pretty poor in this competition, but I kind of like Qarabag, the Azerbaijani side. I don't know if I'll get there or not, but something that I'm looking at. I only have 2 plays tomorrow. I just got to keep fading Man United. You know, it's kind of just an automatic bet for me if I can find any angle. And Rangers plus 1.25 is at a pick'em. I just have to do it. And both teams to score in that game. I like Rangers hard to keep off the board. I suppose I'd favor Man U if anybody was going to win, but I think Rangers can put 1 in the back of the net anyway. So
definitely. It's like I said, Harry Maguire yellow cards. You know, like he got a yellow card in that last game. It's
right.
He's just a scrambler. You put any quick attackers near him, and he panics, dribbles the ball for too long. And then their own manager's saying that they're the worst Man United team ever in the history of Man United. So, like, that's
a very controversial statement.
That's a hard pill to swallow for these players. Like, some of them are not going to be happy. Like, I don't imagine Fernando is going to be very happy. Well, Fernandez is going to be very happy with that. But
did you hear about that episode where Amarim was like breaking TVs in the locker room and going ape shit after?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
He knows how to earn respect from players, and I think that anyone that's gonna not buy into what he's doing, like I think he's been given the green light to just clean house, which they need. I don't know if it's just the media saying that that's the case, but I feel like they say that about a lot of managers. They go, oh, they can clean house, and then they don't. They just end up buying players, and it's the same old. But so it feels different under him. There's a bit more passion there. He's a bit younger too. I think he understands like how far they've fallen off. Like and he can relate to the players more because he's a bit younger. I think he's going to be able to get them to buy in that way.
Yeah, I think he can be good long term. In the short term, I got to keep fading him, man.
Yeah, you got to fade him. Yeah.
Well, Milan's going to close out the 1-0. That's going to bring me home for the Milan Celtic parlay at plus 180 to shut her down, boys.
There you go.
We got 55 minutes. Do we get pre-game in there, fellas? I got to get to work.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Everybody get over pre-gaming. Yep. I gotta do a couple things outside before the sun goes down.
You boys are great, man. Dan, tell them what's up. Tell them where they can find you. Let's put the bow on the show, my boys.
Hey, I'm over at Twitter at Doherty, and I just have my YouTube stuff that I do, random shit. I play COD on there. I fucking watch games. I do just random shit. So, yeah, catch me over there and catch me here over at Sports Money. I'll be hanging out with the boys when I can. When I can, I'm here. You know that. So, hope everyone has a good day. Or good night, sorry. Day for me. It's 9 a.m. here, so I'm just about to get cracking into a day. We've got NBA games coming up in a couple hours, so I'll be looking into that. But, thanks for having me.
Great stuff, as always. And the Sub Club, bring us home.
Yeah, well, yeah, man. Fun as always. I was glad to spend this time with you, Mike, Dan, chat, everybody. It's fun, man. It's fun. It was a frantic afternoon, as always, with these games. But, I appreciate all the love. And, man, until next time, I'll see y'all pre-gaming. Less than an hour.
We will do this again, you guys. It seems like everybody enjoyed themselves here. Hopefully you guys in the chat made some money as well. You know the deal. We are listener supported. The biggest thing you can do to help us is make sure you smash that thumbs up button. If you haven't done so already, on the way out the door, please take that opportunity and then circle back here. 53 minutes. Probably be more like 55, but you know the deal. It's going to be pre-gaming with Sports Money. And on behalf of Dan, Sub, the whole Sports Money crew, Ramon, Scott, running so hot. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Look at 15-2, my last 2 days on pre-gaming. Make sure you check it out. I got some plays cooked up for us tonight. You guys did a great job, man. Thank you guys all for coming out here, spending time with us. And, of course, you guys on screen being prepared and ready to fire away. And it yields results in the bankrolls. We'll see you guys real soon. Thank you guys all for the time with us. And we'll see. Good luck with your